Harnessing my chi. Harnessing my chi. This might be the calmest I am all episode. Because as Hyde once said on That 70s Show, when Zen ends, the ass kicking begins. The Zen is ended. Bang your head to the opening ref! What's happening, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub, and welcome to episode 36 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right into some serious shit here. Right to kick off this episode here, because if anybody has followed me for my live movie check-ins as they occur, or just follow me on Instagram at all, you would see that as of last night, we went to go see Pavarotti up at the Angelica. I had encountered some very chatty people sitting right behind me. Now, mind you, usually at the late showing, I'm sitting, since, 9 times out of 10, I got the movie theater by myself, or to myself, I should say, I picked the prime seat, alright? Which is one row up from the back row. For some god unknown reason, people usually tend to sit right behind me during the late show. Who the fuck wants to sit up against the back of the wall? You got all this other space in the movie theater to sit. But, okay, so just go ahead and be creepy with your creepy ass. But that's not the public service announcement that I'm about to get to the heart of the matter here, right here on episode 36. What I'm about to get at is, now during Pavarotti, fucking movie's only about a little bit under 2 hours long. Alright, so they come in a little bit before the previews, sit behind me. Alright, whatever. My one thing is, as long as you don't talk behind a movie, I really don't care where you sit. It's a little creepy that you want to sit right behind somebody in a damn near empty theater as if it was packed or something, but again, that's a whole nother matter for a whole nother episode. But I said, as long as they do not speak throughout the movie, we will have no problems. Okay? So they're chatting it up during the previews or whatnot. Whatever. Pavarotti starts. Not even making any good attempts to hush the whispering. First off, if you're a loud whisperer, you fucking suck anyway. So that's all right off the bat. Alright, so they're whispering all loud. They're chatting all loud. I get up. Now mind you, I have a really high tolerance for people talking during movies. If it's sporadic here and there, maybe during a loud moment in the movie, you need to explain, something to your girlfriend or whatever, okay. Every once in a while, you might have to say something. But keep it brief and keep it as whisper as much as possible. These people, every fucking 5 seconds, chatting about something. And how much do you need to explain about a documentary as if you just fucking took an old man, came to the fucking movie with an old man who was come to see Avengers Endgame, who has never seen any of the previous Marvel movies. Alright, now you gotta explain all types of shit to this 88-year-old dude, right? No, this is a documentary on the life of an opera singer, okay? Everything that needs to be explained is going to be on the fucking screen. Half of it's subtitled, and you're not even paying fucking attention. What's up with that shit? So, about 20-30 minutes into the movie, I rise up from my seat. Passive aggressive, I know. I rise up from my seat, I move 2 or 3 rows down to an exact middle seat so I can still get, good field of vision for the screen, right? So that's sign number 1. If there's only 4 fucking people in the theater, myself included, the chatty couple behind me, and then one random dude all the way up there by his lonesome, there's only 4 people in the theater, and someone gets up from right in front of you and moves to a different seat, right there off the bat, that might say, maybe we're chatting up too much. Maybe, just maybe, we're disturbing the other audience members at this movie. Maybe we should take this as a cue and go ahead and shut the fuck up. Right? Right? Wrong. Wrong. So, they instead take this as a cue instead of saying, let's shut up, let's go ahead and whisper even louder, because there's no way that this asshole who's just moved up 3 rows can possibly hear us now. Wrong, because you fucking suck at whispering too. So finally, 20 minutes after I moved my seat into the movie, I had enough of this shit. I can't concentrate. You broke my fucking concentration. That's it. I turned around. I said, shush! And this woman had the audacity to shush me the fuck back! Bitch, you have any idea who the fuck you're dealing with? And then not too terribly long after that, so about halfway through the movie at this point, not too terribly long after that, they just up and leave the movie entirely. I guess my shushing them must have ruined the experience for them, because I suppose they must have just paid $30 to come to this motherfucker just to talk all the way through it, and I have now ruined that experience for them. My fucking bad. No, that's not what the fuck you come to the movies to do. If you plan on talking throughout a film, don't even bother bringing your sorry ass to the fucking theater in the fucking first place. You can wait for the shit to come out on Blu-ray. Or if your broke ass can't afford Blu-ray, wait for the shit to come out on DVD. Or if your ass can't afford that, leech off of somebody's Netflix or whatever your cheap ass wants to do these days. And fucking, you can spend your time at home, watch the movie as many times as you want, and sing and dance and la 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 la, speak on it all you want when you're at home. But don't bring your happy ass to the fucking movie theater with all that gibbering and jabbing and yipping and yapping of the motherfucking mouth and all that shit. Ironically, so I saw 2 movies at the Angelica last night. I saw Pavarotti and I saw Echo in the Canyon. Echo in the Canyon was first. Before I even went into Echo in the Canyon, I met these 2 really nice ladies in the concession line, right? And I overheard them speaking, saying that their biggest pet peeve when they come to the movie is, 1, having to listen to people talk throughout the whole motherfucking thing, and 2, sometimes eventual having to tell people to shut the fuck up. And I turned around and said, yes, I totally agree with this. All of this. Everything you said. If y'all are watching right now, how y'all doing? Hope y'all enjoyed Booksmart last night. That was a good film, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Anywho. So, it's kind of ironic that happened right at the top of the Angelica evening, right? So, these people leave. But now my concentration is broken, alright? It took me a minute to actually get back to the flow of the movie to where I'm actually concentrating on Pavarotti. It's fucking Pavarotti, not Talkalotti, alright? I finally get back into the groove of things. I haven't really missed a beat of the movie. I'm still able to fully assess what happened in the movie, give it an accurate review. But this is the Real Rush public service announcement for not just this episode, not next episode, or any fucking following episodes. This is for every episode, behind, past, present, future. This is for everybody. For in all seriousness. Respect your fucking fellow moviegoers. Don't be fucking rude. And shut the fuck up during the movie. I didn't pay $16 to come hear your yammer ass throughout the whole movie, alright? Like, I mean, so I posted about this online, and of course I had some people say, well, maybe you should go to the Alamo Draft House. You know, they got the policy, the strict no talking policy, and they'll bounce people for talking too much during the movie. I get that, but even at the Alamo, that shit is not a 100% guarantee that somebody's yapping ass is gonna get bounced out the fucking movie. Trust me, I know this from experience because that shit happened when I went to go see Uncle Drew last year. Alright, so I appreciate the idea, the advice, but in all honesty, I don't feel like I should have to change venues just because other people don't know how to respect their fellow audience members, okay? That's the same thing as saying, well, I used to go fucking camping at Prince William County fucking Forest Park, but, you know, I don't do that anymore because way too many people were setting forest fires. So, you know, I just, you know, set up camp somewhere else. No, goddammit, that's fucking flawed logic. You shouldn't be setting fucking forest fires in the first place, so why are you changing venues just because other assholes are setting fucking forest fires? Nah, I'm not gonna start changing my goddamn theater venue just because people don't know how to come to the fucking movies and keep their fucking lips shut. So be respectful to your fucking fellow moviegoers and shut up during the movie. Keep your lips shut. It says that before every movie. Please refrain from talking and please refrain from using your cell phone during the movie. I say that shit at the end of every Real Rush episode. Enjoy yourselves at the movies. Chill. Have a good time. Don't be doing all the yibbering and yabbering. Don't be checking the smartphone. And don't be checking the smartwatches. The time's going to still be waiting for your ass after you get out of the movie. Now, what happened last night? That was me being calm. That was me being nice. This shit is not a fucking game, alright? This is my life that we're talking about. You don't know who else in the audience might be there to actually accurately critique what's going on screen here. So what happens here is what happens in stages. Stage 1 is I'm going to get up from my seat. I'm going to change seats if applicable. If I can possibly do that shit. Alright? Number 2, I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up. If I have to get to stage 3, which means I have to get back up from my seat and maybe even have to come get in your face to tell you to shut the fuck up, you just fucked up, son. Because you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with. Now, if you want to go out to the theater management, whoever's running the joint, and complain to somebody that somebody just tried to tell you to shut the fuck up, be my fucking guest. Go ahead and do that shit. But then again, you have no idea who you're dealing with, do you? You can go complain to management, but who do you think they're going to believe more? Your drunk ass or me, Mr. Sobriety, who's at the fucking theater week in, week out, never causing any problems? Exactly. Shut the fuck up. Okay. So that's my piece. Let's get into some actual reviews. Let's go ahead and get on down to this week's Real Rush ticket. Let's get down to the brass tacks. I'm fired up now, god damn it. Speaking of getting fired up, we're gonna kick things off review-wise here this episode with the final, supposedly, installment in the X-Men movie series, Dark Phoenix. I felt a little bit of my dark side come out a little bit last night. Thank God it didn't get too serious. Anywho, it's Dark Phoenix. Like I said, latest, supposedly, final installment in the current X-Men franchise. Now, Dark Phoenix, it focuses on Jean Grey, played by Sophie Turner. She gets caught up in a solar flare. She encounters a solar flare, I should say, on an X-Men mission gone awry. And this causes the dark side of her inner Phoenix power to be unleashed. And this threatens to not only tear apart the X-Men as we know it, but to more or less destroy the world. So we also have Sophie Turner in this. Of course, we got James McAvoy returning. We got Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult, Ty Sheridan, Alexandra Shipp, man, Cody Smith-McPhee, and we add in this edition the lovely Miss Jessica Chastain. Now, Dark Phoenix, how is it? Everybody wants to know how this is. How is this? Is this a fitting ending to the storied franchise? The franchise that is credited for rebuilding the superhero genre theatrically as we know it. How is it? In my honest opinion, Dark Phoenix was the shit, y'all. I'm on the edge of my seat the entire time. My eyes are glued to the screen the entire time. It's easily the darkest entry in the franchise, outside of Logan, granted. It's packed with emotional depth. The action sequences in it are awesome. The sound just sounded so crisp and it's booming, it's banging, it's fucking great. But much like Venom, the critics got this one fucked up. Everybody calling it the worst in the entry in the X-Men franchise. Nah, son. This is far from it. Far from it. And I can accurately say this too, because outside of Logan and the 2 Deadpool movies, your boy had not seen any of the X-Men movies. Any of them. Until within the last month. I know. Right? Right? Right. So how does it stack up? Well, like I said, it's far from being the worst. I would definitely... Okay, so since I can accurately assess this, it's better than Last Stand, X3. It was better than X-Men Origins Wolverine. And I personally think that it was better than the last effort, Apocalypse, which was, pretty decent. Dark Phoenix is somewhere right along the middle. I'm still debating whether or not, in my mind, if it's better than Days of Future Past or not. That's how dank I thought Dark Phoenix was, y'all. And much like Venom, I think the audience reaction is going to be the same. I think it's gonna play out to where, it's getting all this negative reception. The critics are going to just be blasting it, and because the critics are blasting it, everybody else is going to be blasting it until they actually see it. Then they're going to say, holy shit, this movie's actually pretty fucking good, right? Right. So much like Venom, I think that the positive audience reaction will eventually outweigh the critics. So, Dark Phoenix, go see that shit now. I saw it in IMAX up at the Airbus on Thursday night. It is our 4th Thursday in a row up at the Airbus. And that was my 125th Thursday in a row at the box office. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think y'all will too. Dark Phoenix, playing everywhere. Go see that shit now. Next up on this episode's Real Rush tickets. Let's go to some family-friendly fare. Let's go to something family-friendly, because I've said fuck a lot already in this episode. We're going to go to, and I'm trying to get through this movie review without saying, I'll say the F word, okay? I'll say the fucking F word. We're going to move along to The Secret Life of Pets 2. And this is a follow-up to the 2016 animated hit, which I stated last episode that I hadn't seen yet, but I did get the opportunity to catch up and see it earlier this week, and I absolutely loved it. Kevin Hart had me dying throughout the whole thing. Ricky! We love you, Ricky! Now, Secret Life of Pets 2. Max and Duke's owner, Katie, she has since gotten married since the original, and she's had a baby boy named Liam since the original. And Max and Duke have come to love and protect Liam, especially as they embark on a road trip adventure to a family farm in this installment of the Secret Life of Pets franchise. Now in this one we have Patton Oswalt voicing Max, replacing that of Louis C.K. We have Eric Stone Street returning. Of course we have Kevin Hart, Jenny Slate, Lake Bell, Dana Carvey. We also add to the franchise, we have Tiffany Haddish, we have Nick Kroll, and we have Harrison Ford. And Secret Life of Pets 2, highly enjoyable, y'all. It's not quite as good as the original, but it's not very far from it either. It's full of laughs. With this one, I noticed, or I should say with this family movie, I noticed that the adults were having a much better time than that of the kids with, some of the in-joke, in-film adult humor that's in it. There's even a little bit of a curse word in it. Ooh, I know. In a PG movie. Who'd think it? But the main selling points of this movie, the main winners of the voice cast, there's 2. And they go to Kevin Hart and Harrison Ford. Kevin Hart returns to Snowball, and Harrison Ford plays Rooster, a dog on the family farm. Killing it, Mr. Ford. Round up the fam and go see The Secret Life of Pets 2. Even though the adults, I think, will enjoy it more. That's not to say that the kids won't enjoy it, because I did hear the little kitty giggles in the audience too. So yes, it looks like it's going to be enjoyable for the whole fam. Take the whole fam. It's playing everywhere. Secret Life of Pets 2. Go see that shit. Oops, I didn't get through that review without cursing. Sorry. Next up on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, I want to get down to a new documentary from former Capitol Records president Andrew Slater called Echo in the Canyon. And Echo in the Canyon follows Jacob Dylan, who is son of legendary singer-songwriter Bob Dylan, as he chronicles and pays tribute to the 1960s California sound that was birthed from the Laurel Canyon area and gave us the likes of such bands such as Buffalo Springfield and the Byrds and the Mamas and the Papas and the Beach Boys. This features interviews with, you got the likes of Ringo Starr, we have Eric Clapton, we have interviews with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, not all together, but you got David Crosby, you got Stephen Stills, you got Graham Nash, you got Jackson Browne, John Sebastian, Lou Adler, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, and it even features a couple of recent interview footage of Tom Petty before his untimely death just under, a year and a half ago in 2017. What a phenomenal documentary Echo in the Canyon is. So inspirational, so influential, especially for those who are in the entertainment business, such as myself. Now, mind you, I want to note that, despite my exterior pigmentation here, the music that's featured, that's chronicled in this movie, I grew up listening to. Alright? It's been ingrained in me since the age of about 4, and this is via a Disney home video that came out in the mid-1980s. If I remember correctly, it was called something like DTV, like a riff on MTV or something. They had like a whole bunch of videos that came out and showcased songs that were set to videos that were made up of clips from different old school like Disney cartoons from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, so on and so forth. So I actually still had that on videotape somewhere. And a lot of the music that was featured in this documentary were featured on that DTV, that Disney TV videotape. So yes, I grew up on the quote-unquote white music. Or the quote-unquote white music. Get that bullshit out of here. I can't stand when people say white music, black music. If you're a music lover, alright, or if you just appreciate any type of entertainment, it's 2019. But even before 2019, I grew up knowing that music has no color, okay? So broaden your motherfucking horizons and get you some culture, okay? If you're tied down to particular one type of music, try to widen and broaden your horizons. See where else, you might like. Because you'd be surprised how many, if you listen to hip-hop, you'd be surprised how many hip-hop artists would sit there and say that their influences are from the 60s and the 70s and not part of the soul genre or the disco genre or anything. It actually goes back to the rockabilly genre and the folk singer genre. The folk singer genre, the folk music genre is really the genesis of all music as we know it today. So this being an outstanding documentary just by itself, the whole audience absolutely loved it, but I think music enthusiasts are going to dig this the absolute most. It looks like it's just made for a music enthusiast. You want to see you want to see Echo in the Canyon, y'all. I'm so hyped up about this movie. Now I'm fired up about something totally different. Now it's about something positive. Echo in the Canyon was so damn good. It is the Rush pick of the week. Boom, baby. Go see Echo in the Canyon when and where you can. It's currently in limited release. Obviously, it is playing at the Angelica. Where else in the DC metropolitan area or where else in the world it might be playing, I'm not sure. If I read correctly on the Angelica website, Angelica, New York will actually be having a showing that will be featuring a performance by Jacob Dylan, if I read that correctly, after one of their showings. So if you're in the New York area, you might want to take a look at that. But yeah, I'm not sure how long, if you're in the DC metropolitan area, I'm not sure how long this is going to be playing at the Angelica. So I would go check that shit out as soon as possible and thank me after you see it, because it's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. I know I say that after every documentary that I see, but this one truly is one to be seen. And go Get some grooving on a Sunday afternoon, or on any afternoon. Go see Echo in the Canyon. Holla at your boy. And last but most certainly not least, on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, let's get back to the movie that we were actually, ranting and raving about. Not the movie itself, but, the unfortunate situation that I dealt with last evening. I'm talking about the new documentary from Ron Howard, Pavarotti. And Pavarotti does in fact chronicle the life and times of the legendary opera singer Luciano Pavarotti. This tells of his life from humble beginnings to becoming that of basically achieving rock stardom as an opera singer, which was unheard of before, or even since, really, Pavarotti, if you really think about it. It also highlights his philanthropic efforts, as well as some of his romantic affairs that some people may or may not know about. I won't go too deep into it because I want you to see it. Everything is told via archival footage of Pavarotti himself, as well as, some current or somewhat recent interviews with some of his family members, as well as other figures in the opera or music industry who knew Pavarotti best. This, as well, is an outstanding documentary, as I would expect nothing less from Sir Ron Howard. And it's told in such a way, it's storyboarded, for lack of a better term, in such a way that I think that only Ron Howard himself could present. So, Mr. Ron Howard, Real Rush Golf Clap, bravo, sir, for an outstanding documentary. I didn't let the two people, get to me too much. Like I said, I can still accurately assess this movie. But even if it weren't for the two yabbing ass motherfuckers behind me, I would still totally go give this a second, third, fourth, fifth viewing. So I will totally be getting this on Blu-ray when it does become available. So that being said, see Pavarotti, absolutely. This is also in limited release. It's now currently playing at the Angelica if you're in the DC metropolitan area. It's also going to be opening at Cinema Arts in Fairfax next weekend. Definitely check out Pavarotti. Go get your music on. As a matter of fact, those are two music documentaries that I just did back to back. I didn't even plan it that way. Go see Pavarotti and go see Echo in the Canyon. Go get your music culture, learn on, get your inspiration, broaden your horizons, and thank your boy later. Okay? And worthy to note that Pavarotti is Real Rush Season 3 entry number 85. And that was as of last night, Friday, June 7th, 2K19. To put that in further perspective, the last two seasons, 85th entries were, last season's was The Catcher Was a Spy. That was on Friday, June 23rd, 2K18. So we're beating that. We're beating last season's high score by about 2 weeks. And season 1's number 85 entry was Leap. And that was on Saturday, September 2nd, 2K17, yo. That's why the Real Rush is simply and truly undisputed, because your boy keeps outrushing his own damn high scores, people. Your boy's on, he's on fire. Hey, hey, Dub's on fire, 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 fire. So before we wrap things up on this episode, let's just take a quick little break. Just throw something up there. Just real quick. Throw something up there real quick. And howdy y'all, welcome back to episode 36 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. Just in time for me to say that is a wrap, ladies and gents. Please join us next weekend for episode 37 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube. I'm going to have as many episodes as I do years in life next weekend. Next weekend, I will have reviewed for y'all. It's going to be a big ass episode. Take a deep seat. We going to have Men in Black International. Looking forward to that joint. We got Shaft. Oh shit, so we got a couple of sequels from some old school movies coming up next weekend that we're definitely looking forward to. We also got The Dead Don't Die. Really looking forward to that one. We have Late Night. That is written by star Mindy Kaling. American Woman. That looks like that's going to be deep as fuck. And last but most certainly not least, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And last but most certainly not least, we have The Last Black Man in San Francisco. And I am not talking about Colin Kaepernick. So, we got those 6 movies. We'll have those 6 movies reviewed for y'all next weekend. But until then, just a little bit of a reminder. We have a Stagecoach Bandits special coming for y'all next Saturday. Next Saturday, in conjunction with Visit Loudon, the Stagecoach Theater Company is holding a Summer of Love tailgate party right at the Stagecoach Theater Company from 12 to 4 p.m. next Saturday, June 15th. Come on out. It's free to attend. There will be food and drink available that you will have to pay for, but it's going to be fun times, y'all. It's going to be cornhole. It's going to be singing. It's going to be music. It's going to be dancing. Plus, at 1 p.m., there's a special performance by yours truly's troupe, the Stagecoach Bandits. So you don't want to miss that. Come on out. We are located, once again, Stagecoach Theater Company at 20937 Ashburn Road in Ashburn, Virginia. Once again, that's 20937 Ashburn Road in Ashburn, Virginia. I'll make sure that I have the correctly spelled out address on the screen there for you. So that's next Saturday. But also in the meantime, ladies and gents, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, any shit like that, go ahead and feel free to type those on into the YouTube page where you are viewing this video right here. Please continue to subscribe to the channel, The Real Rush, right here on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, if you have done so already, thank you for doing so. And if you haven't, what you're waiting for, you want to be the first to know when I drop a new episode. And please continue to spread the word of The Real Rush like everybody should be spreading love these days, ladies and gents. I know I got fired up at the beginning of this episode, but that's only because this is something that I'm truly passionate about. You don't want somebody showing up at your job or whatever it is, or at your hobby, something that you look forward to doing on the weekend, and just completely ruin the experience for you. That's not fair. So come on, y'all. Be respectful of one another, for real. And once again, spread love, spread joy, spread respect. And please spread the word of The Real Rush in the same manner. And as always, you can follow your boy on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur. And as always, that is at JDubChampion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, I am your boy JDub, ladies and gents. Remember, when you're at the movies, chill the fuck out. Don't be doing all the yipping and the yappering and whatnot, because if I gotta get to stage 3, and maybe if I even get to stage 4 where the zen really ends and the ass kicking really begins, how fucking stupid are you gonna look if you show back up at home after that movie, whatever it may be, with a shiner and like half a bucket of popcorn shoved up your ass, and it was like, damn man, what happened to you? Well, I decided, spend $20 to go see a movie and tried to talk all the way through a motherfucker, and some little black dude in magenta tights kicked my ass. It's not that far from happening. You don't want that. Sounds pretty fucking stupid though, doesn't it? You don't want that. You don't want to have to tell that story. And this little black dude in tights will have no problem whooping that ass if you do not shut the fuck up during the movie. So please, just chill out, come out, have a good time, Don't be doing all the yippering and yappering. Leave the smartphones away. Even leave the smartwatches away, because I guarantee you that the time and whatever messages and shit that you got waiting for you or coming your way, they gonna be waiting for you after the movie. Enjoy yourselves at the movies, y'all. Have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub. And we'll see you next weekend! Peace out! Fuckity fuck.